Okay, guys, so we took you through the supposedly scientific election prediction models, but the reality is they all are just like, it's a toss-up, it's 50-50. So we thought we would give you some of the less scientific election prediction models that, don't even have a semblance of a veneer of anything, real to them, but people still look at them, and some of them have a pretty good track record. So we'll start with this one. There was a panda, a hippo that became very famous. I was not actually familiar with this.
You just misspecied this.
Yeah.
Profit.
I'd be canceled for this. I was actually not familiar with this baby hippo.
With Mudang?
Yeah,
with
Mudang.
Is very popular.
But she's apparently very popular, and they had her pick from 2 cakes, one that said Kamala Harris and the other that said Donald Trump. And drumroll please, Mudang went for the Trump cake. Now, I have seen that the conventional wisdom is that would indicate a Trump win. However, I have seen the contrarian take. That eating the Trump cake, what she's really signaling is she wants to eat the rich, and she is actually a secret Kamala Harris fan.
Yeah, very possible. What did they say there? That the conspiracy is that there was a bigger piece of dragon fruit that was on the cake, and that's why.
Oh, so they rigged it.
Mudang.
It was rigged.
It's certainly possible. Hey, listen, if you've ever been to Thailand, dragon fruit is the shit whenever it is fresh. So yeah, shout out to Mudang. I no disrespect for choosing that cake. It was funny though. This one I've seen go viral everywhere.
Now Ryan asked what Mudang's record was before we did this
Right.
segment.
And I was like, well, Mudang's a baby.
She's 4 months old, I think. So
Yeah.
so she's perfect. She's
What's
never gotten it wrong.
Mudang's
Yes.
record?
Yeah, that's Mudang's
All
record.
right. In addition, we have a superstition about what's called the Redskins Rule. Of course, now the Redskins are the Commanders. But for a long time, there was a relationship between did the Redskins win their final home game and who ultimately took the White House. So actually, in the last Commanders home game, it was against the Bears. And I don't know if you guys saw, even as like not a big sports person, I saw this unbelievable touchdown pass, crazy Hail Mary, the clock's expired, etc., to launch them to a victory over the Bears. However, there's a catch, which is that apparently they have recently revised the Redskins rule to be the Redskins Rule 2.0 because it like stopped being predictive sometime in the 2000s. They were like, actually now it's flipped. And if the Redskins win, then the party in power is going to lose. So I sort of rate this one a toss up at this point.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. You could also read it as 50-50 because the Bears had basically won the game up until the very last second whenever they threw the Hail Mary. So,
Joe Rogan.
I don't know.
That was the Joe Rogan of the game.
It could be that could be it. We could look back at that and say, you know what? That actually perfectly predicted what we're going to see on Election Day. This one I had heard about before. There's this monogram shop in East Hampton, New York that sells cups of the different presidential contenders. And so they look at like which candidate sells the most cups, and then that's supposed to be predictive. I don't actually have what the record here of how accurate this has been. I think it's been decently accurate though. And they found that the Harris cups have been outselling the Trump cups pretty significantly. Most recently, this is the monogram
in
shop.
East Hampton.
I was going to say, isn't this like one of the wealthiest neighborhoods like in New York? Like, isn't this like Long Island?
You don't think that
Hamptons?
this is extremely predictive, Saagar? Like, how dare you?
Okay. I was
Dare
just like,
you?
okay.
Do you even know how to turn the keys? Come on, get out of here.
That's like going to Nantucket and being like, oh, the Nantucket gift shop is going big for Kamala. I'm like, wow, really? I had no idea.
Though, I think they predicted Trump over Hillary, I think, in 2016.
Oh.
So
how many of those people are buying Trump as a lark? See, that's the other problem with Trump. Trump is such like a memeable figure. We're about to get to Halloween masks, right? Where
yes. So this is another interesting one because so traditionally the Halloween mask predictor is which candidate sells more Halloween masks from Spirit Halloween, like how many people buy which candidate's masks. I couldn't find that data this year, even though I've seen it in every other election. But the number one costume was apparently the crazy cat lady costume.
Yeah. That tracks.
So what do we make? Is
Feels
that a pro
I think
Kamala?
Kamala was
Yeah,
nominated
it's
too
definitely
late to get those masks shipped from China. I think.
Yeah, good point.
Oh, that probably is what happened, right?
The cat lady thing has hit in a degree which is like insane to me. So like in my neighborhood here, there's literally the lady 2 doors down has a childless cat lady for Kamala sign in her window, and our local cat cafe is selling merch that's like childless cat ladies for Kamala Harris. So
Taylor Swift referenced it in her
Taylor
endorsement.
Swift references in her endorsement. So did Jennifer Aniston. There's a lot you could say about that, but yeah, it certainly hit. I'll just put it that way.
So you would say that's a pro Kamala sign, because I was going to give that a
Absolutely.
toss up because it's a little ambiguous.
No, it's pro Kamala. This
I
is
can
there you have it.
combine
We have consensus
the last
here?
two. I can combine the last two. I think it's pro Kamala. I think that's a positive sign for Kamala. I was on a flight about a month ago, and there was a woman who seemed absolutely bananas while the flight was delayed, and she started doing her workouts. She was elderly. She started doing her workouts at the gate, full like lunging, all kinds of stuff, just going for it. She was wearing a childless cat ladies for Kamala shirt.
Love that.
And I'm just like, oh, what's going on here? Get on the flight. She's in first class. She was in first class.
Ooh,
So you
nice.
combine the two of them.
Yes.
East Hampton, childless cat ladies.
It all adds up.
It's a landslide.
All right, next one we've got the S&P 500 index, and if it's they say if it's up between August and November, incumbent parties likely to keep the White House. This one is a good metric for Kamala. However, candidate height, which was indicative in 18 of the last 24 elections, would indicate a Trump landslide, because Kamala is
Right.
actually quite
Yeah, she's short.
short. She's
Yeah.
5'4". And what is Trump?
Oh,
He's
thanks.
It's like 6'3".
I'm 5'4".
Yeah. Well, short
your
for a
aura
president.
is large, Emily. That's
It's
all that
actually
matters.
average.
I think she would be our shortest president. No,
Yeah, you would know. But I think that might be right.
James
Yeah, I think that
Monroe
might
was
be
like
right.
James Monroe was like 5'4". So
All right, here
she might be slightly taller than Monroe.
They talked about the Redskins rule here, but then they also talk about this bakery, Buskin Bakery in Ohio, that's predicted almost every presidential election correctly since '84 through cookie sales. Can you guys tell how much research I put into
Yes.
this? And they have Trump way up, but a confounding variable I have to say is that Elon did tweet about this bakery. And so
rigged.
on Monday,
Yeah.
the cookie count was roughly 11,000 for Harris and roughly 30,000 for Trump. So landslide
Well, there
for
you go.
Trump in that particular count.
All right.
Does show that Elon, translates IRL. So
There you
Yeah.
go.
that can mean something.
Translates to cookie sales. I guess that's true. Okay, this is an interesting one. This one actually might be somewhat interesting to look at. This is the stock performance of the DJT, like the Truth Social stock. And when Trump was at his most confident, it was very high. Then there was a period of decline, but there has been a rebound recently. So, again, I feel like this is a little bit of an ambiguous indicator of what could potentially happen on election day, but could reflect how people genuinely think about, how are things going to go for Trump here on the election.
Yeah, definitely. People have been looking at that as like a inverse for how things are going to go. At the same time, didn't Jim Kramer say that there's been some pro-Harris trading that's been happening? But then there's also inverse Kramer, where you're like, oh no, that's
was
really
gonna
bad
say.
for
Well,
Kamala Harris.
I'm glad you brought that up, because
Yeah.
here we go. Jim
Okay.
Kramer says market action anticipates a
Yeah.
Harris win, which is devastating
See?
for her, in
There
my
you go.
opinion.
Yes. There you go. Inverse Kramer. Never bet against it.
And the last one I have for you guys is the Allan Lickman,
Yep.
the keys. He turned the keys. He says that Kamala Harris will be the next president of the United States. So, he likes to tout his track record. They say correctly predicted 9 of last 10. I think he claims he predicted all of the last 10, but some of them was like, oh, I got the popular vote right, but not the
Yeah.
electoral. Something like he's got
What did
some
he-
cope around some of these.
Which one did he miss then? But he did call Trump in 2016, right?
He
Was it
did call
2020?
Trump in
Yeah.
2016.
Right.
Yes.
Was it
I'm not sure
in
which one he
2000?
missed.
Maybe that's the one he
I think
blew?
it might be 2000 that he called for Gore, which
Gore-
was correct.
Gore did win.
But yeah, I think it might be that one. So
But still,
we'll give it. I'm willing to give him that one.
I feel like this should be single elimination. Like you don't get to say you got 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because it's once
Yeah.
every 4 years you got one job.
Right.
You miss one, you're done.
That's right.
Yeah, I agree with you. 100%.
right. So there you go, guys.
So the hippo better take notes.
That's right.
Yeah,
Could be
Mudang.
one and done for her, man.
What's the lifespan of a hippo?
Like 200 years or something.
Here, let's look. You're
It
thinking of
was
a
funny
turtle
because
rhyme.
when I was researching these yesterday, a lot of things came up in 2016
40 or 50. Crazy.
that no one ever talked about again.
Yeah.
Like there was
Yes.
some
Yeah, right.
Prophet monkey or something like that. Then you never heard of it again because I guess it got it wrong. And to your point, Ryan, like you
for
can't.
one,
Single
you're done.
elimination.
Yeah.
You can't get it wrong. And that, especially that particular election, that was your time to shine and go against conventional wisdom. And if you're the prophet monkey and you picked Hillary, like, sorry, that's it.
All right.
Euthanasia.
So, guys,
Whoa.
we'll be doing live stream tonight, 6:30. We'll be there till I don't know when. It's gonna be fun, and we've got Logan's gonna be in the studio. We've got the Decision Desk HQ data. They usually are the fastest with updates and calls. So really excited to have that resource available to us, and of course we will all be there trying to figure out what the hell is going on and what the world's gonna look like tomorrow. So
It's exciting. We'll see you guys then.
indeed, enjoy the day, y'all.
Hey, if you like that video, hit the like button or leave a comment below. It really helps get the show to more people.
And if you'd like to get the full show ad-free and in your inbox every morning, you can sign up at breakingpoints.com.
That's right. Get the full show, help support the future of independent media at breakingpoints.com.